I've had this thing in my eye. Like I had a sty, but then after it went away, I didn't take care of it. So I have this thing called meibomian gland dysfunction in my left eye. And I know I was like, no big deal, you know, Jesus is going to heal me and stuff like that. So it's like when your eyelid, your gland in your eyelid gets clogged, so it doesn't produce tears. I don't know, something like that. And then so I would like pray for it, get other people to pray for it, and then try to like heal it and stuff, and nothing would work. It was like I got healed today, like this morning it went away, but this is the 10th day. But I realized I thought about it, you know, and I asked God like, why didn't I get healed like sooner and stuff like that? And He like showed me. I look back on the journey I've had with meibomian gland dysfunction, and one thing that I have a problem with is like at school, like people think I'm pretty or whatever, but I don't think that. I don't know, like it doesn't matter. Like to me, it doesn't matter what people say if I don't feel it. And I always like wear makeup every day, and then when I had the thing in my eye, I couldn't wear it anymore. So I would like kind of try not to go out, or like I don't know, I wear my glasses all the time. I don't know, it's just weird. It made me feel really uncomfortable. I remember the first day I went to school, I felt like everyone was staring at me. People were probably like thinking weird things about me, like not nice things about me, like I look tired or something. But then like, you know, recently, like yesterday, you know, that was the last day that I didn't wear makeup to school, and then I got over it. Eventually, people at school still said that, hey, you know, you look really pretty without makeup on. I don't think you need to wear it and stuff like that. And it was, I took it very sincerely, because when they say that I'm pretty and I'm wearing makeup, I can't take them seriously, you know, as when I'm not, and then they say it to me. So it meant a lot to me, and it's like this burden lifted off my shoulders, because I'd be the kind of person, I wake up in the morning and I'm late to school, but I'd be like, wait, hold on, and stuff. Now I'll probably just like hop out of bed and then go to school and stuff. Yeah. And then this other thing was that I always would pray to God for like more faith and a better prayer life. And ever since I got like the thing in my eye, I've never spent such a long time praying for like, you know, just praying and reading my Bible. Like I spent all of Thursday, like I had homework to do, and I just didn't do it because I didn't feel like doing it. And I just spent the whole day in bed. I got home, I got in bed. My mom wasn't home, so no one yelled at me for that. And then the next day at school, I thought I was kind of screwed, you know, because I didn't do anything. But when I got to school, I had extra time, and I ended up finishing everything I had to do the day before. And so I don't know, like that thing where like, you know, you focus on God and then everything else will fall in place. Yeah, I believe in that now.
Awesome.
But yeah, so it's been a good journey that God has.
Quinn, you're up next. Quinn's gonna share.
I struggle and deal with a lot of things that you guys struggle with. When one of my dreams, I stayed with someone in my dream, and I didn't like the way they were living, and so I wanted to move out. As I was packing my things, lust crept in, and you know how sometimes you guys, or sometimes we may tend to kind of like, when we're in our spiritual high, we're like maybe examining others, wondering why they're not as spiritual or close to God or whatever it is. But in the dream, even though I'm like, I didn't like the way that person was living and I wanted to move out, but immediately it was like, I can do the same thing. I can live a normal life. I can just watch whatever I watch, listen to whatever I want to listen to. I don't even have to go to church. I can just occupy my time with work, and I can work 2 jobs and all these things. And that's what God really spoke to me this week, was that, hey, you know, you where you are because I've kept you, you know, and it was by His grace and His mercy. Especially, I mentioned last time in Sunday school that, you know, He's brought teachers and people in our lives to teach us the truth. In Jeremiah 3:15, it says, "And I will give you shepherds according to my heart, who will feed you with knowledge and understanding." And you don't realize that if I'm not in Houston, after accepting Christ, after my mom passed away, we moved to Alabama. And there was just no truth. I tried to find a church, but they didn't believe in the Holy Spirit. And we got into this debate. But I mean, I didn't really say anything because I'm like, I just received Christ, so I don't really know the Bible. I just know what I experienced, and I know that He kept me. And there was no way that I could have gone through those moments, either grieving over my mom or just enduring those times where I had to take care of her. I mean, there was no way that I could have gone through that without God. And somehow, never thought I would have been in Houston. I don't know anybody here, but I ended up being here, and I ended up, learning what I've learned, encounter what I've encountered. By the grace of God, He's taught me. In Psalms 139, David was speaking about, where can I go from your spirit, or where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend into the heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall fall on me, even the night shall be light about me. Indeed, the darkness shall not hide from you. But the night shines as the day, and the darkness and the light are both alike to you. Even when I was running away from God, and even though I've encountered His Spirit, but He still kept me. He was still talking to me. I remember, even though I was away from everyone, there would be moments in my room where that song that I sang at camp, I heard that song while trying to get ready for bed. And it was just so amazing because in my mind I was just picturing, there must be an angel in here. And in my mind I was like, it would be, I don't know how I would react if I were to see an angel in my room next to me. Would I freak out or but I mean, I heard the song, and I love that He does that to me, where a lot of times when I hear a song or sing a song, it's usually the answer to my cry, and through it, it just delivers me because it is my prayer at the same time, and I'm praying it to Him, and then He's saying it back to me, or reminding me His promises, or reminding me His love, or beckoning me to draw near to Him. So yeah, we're blessed to have teachers and to experience what we've experienced. And the thing is, I woke up and I realized, we have to choose a lifestyle to seek God. We have, even if we don't feel it, we have to choose to live holy. I remember the first time when my car was damaged. It was on Sunday, and Stephen, Andy, and Joe, they were in Norway, and my brother, I guess my brother stayed. Well, my brother wasn't home with me either. He needed a ride to go to work, so just found whatever's convenient. So Sunday night, I was by myself, and I had no idea what to do with my car. Thank God Dennis was there. He was the only other man that I know that can help me, because everybody else was gone.
They're gone. Sorry.
So I remember, and then Monday I'm off. So it's not the first time, but it seems like it's been a while since I've been alone. And it was just so hard because, after turning away from all those things in the past, because when I lived alone, I watched so many movies. Just try to kill time or go to Starbucks and study and all that other stuff. I would always, fill my days with all events and all that stuff. So usually at night when I'm trying to get ready for bed, that's when stuff happens. And I'm not even sometimes I seek Him, sometimes I'm not, but He still, he still seeks me and he still waits for me. So when they were gone, I was alone. It was really hard because I was tempted to like go back and just like watch certain movies because the second season came out and this and that. But I knew it was really that, hey, God knows what you're doing even though other people are not there. So I was like, okay, I mean, I could easily have, whatever, but I fought it. I was like, no, God, because that doesn't do anything for me. And it actually, it kills my spirit. It leads to so many other things that are just not godly. So I remember on Monday when I'm off, I was still fighting my flesh, I guess. And so I called Christy up, and she helped me a lot because she reminded me that even though we don't experience the Holy Spirit tangibly or anything, but just waiting on God, I don't know if that's exactly what she said, but just being there, He delights in that so much more because even though you don't feel anything, you're still seeking Him. It's easy to seek and chase after Him when He's blessing you, when He's doing all these things, when you're encountering Him, when you see angels and all these crazy things, But when you don't see any of that and your life is kind of boring and you're just like, Lord, what am I doing here? You're just sitting there. He delights so much in that. And all those hours, I just remember during that specific season, one prayer meeting, my brother saying, I think, you're worth it all. I don't remember how it goes, but it touched me so much because, Lord, in my heart, I was like, yes, God, I want to know, and I'm learning about waiting on God and waiting in general this year. And in my heart, I was like, Lord, I know that we always pray, Lord, come back soon. But Lord, if you come back soon, all those people that don't know you, God, they wouldn't be saved, So it was like when Stephen went to Norway, and that, even though I really miss them, but I'm like, no, Norwegians need them more. I'm like, it's okay, they'll be home soon, but to make sure that when they do come back, or when for me it was kind of symbolic because God was kind of saying that, or for me telling Him that, when you come back, that you'll find me exactly where I should be or I need to be. I'll still be serving Him. I'll still be in, Songs of Solomon at the end of the chapter, that she's still tending to the vineyard, that she's accounted for and everything. And I was like, Lord, that I don't know when the hour that you're coming, but when you're coming, that you will find me where I need to be. And then I waited, and I'm like, Lord, you are worth it all. You're worth my time, and you're worth just sitting there doing nothing but hoping and praying, asking that, God, you do something. One thing I've learned about kind of just sitting in the secret place, I guess, time of devotion, prayer, a time set for God is that even though you sit there and you may be praying and sometimes, you don't, but even if you're not saying anything, it's still precious because He talks to you all the time. And if you talk to Him all the time, then you probably won't be able to hear what He's saying. So when you stop talking sometimes and you think, oh, I need to be doing something. Oh, I'm not praying, and I just, maybe it's nothing. No, still, actively listen or, try to hear His voice because He's trying to speak to you. And so, so what I've learned is when you just sit there, maybe nothing happens. But when something does, when God comes into your room or when He speaks to you and your spirit is awakened, your spirit knows that it's Him and it's the answer of your prayer or your cry or whatever, it changes you. And that lasts for a very, very long time. Not just, a Holy Spirit movement during praise and worship, but it's like, when you come into the secret place and something happens, that lasts a very, very long time. And it's really precious. So when you draw near to God, God says, be holy for I am holy. And when you draw near to him, because he is fire at the same time, so anything that is ungodly, it just kind of burns away. I remember, the second time when my car got messed up, and all of my stuff was rising, and it was so uncomfortable. And I was taking the bus for a month. And the thing is, I would have to wake up early, and I would have like an hour on the bus, and I would be able to spend time with God, and it was really sweet. And my day wasn't like fast paced or anything. It was, even though I had to wake up really early, but I had that time to spend with him. And I remember during the Elijah Revolution, because of all my stuff was already rising, so whenever you draw near to God and you just cry out to him, whatever moment God comes, or whatever that is, when his presence there, it kind of just, what he did for me was everything that was on the surface, it just burned away, and I just felt so light. I was like, I just felt like all the stuff in the past has burned away, and it was just like a fresh start for me. That's what I felt. And so it was like, so I encourage y'all to, to choose to live holy every day. You're not just free from it. Everyone's human, so we have to continue to fight. It doesn't matter how spiritual or holy your journey is now. But the enemy always lies wait to kind of ensnare you. So tomorrow something might happen and you don't know. So you always have to choose daily, Lord, I seek your face, Lord. And I choose to live holy. And I choose not just to abstain from those things, but really to enjoy you. My goal is to really enjoy you and to have a relationship with you, not just to follow your commandments. And I need to do that, but I can't do that if I don't know who you are and I don't have a relationship with you. I draw near to him, and then everything that you really struggle with, it will be uncomfortable because it's going to come to the surface, but I tell you, it's going to burn away, and it's just going to be a lot easier and lighter. You actually deal with your problem instead of just trying to, I think my book says medicate it with drugs or with movies or with other things, when you really actually deal with it and face it. I guess it's just a new journey that you continue to go with him. Yeah. So, it was just basically kind of a sum of some testimonies.